I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. I would like to welcome Castalico. Hi.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
Hey, listen to that voice. If that doesn't cool your jets after a long day, I don't know what will. That's a tremendous
Oh my
voice you have
goodness.
there. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, I'm Castalico. I am your party's tiefling bard. I am a D&D themed VTuber. I am, again, a tiefling, so my mother is the succubus, my father was the human.
Mm-hmm.
I hail from the Underdark, and I love all things nerdy.
I can hear just that voice alone is going to win the day. So D&D, huh? How long have you been playing that?
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for, I think it's going on 3 years now. 3
Mhm.
years.
Yeah. What brought you to it?
I had a really good friend host as the dungeon master,
Mhm.
and she just swept me off my feet, took me to a whole new world, and made me just completely entranced with it. She actually was also the person who introduced me to VTubing.
Cool. So we can blame that person for getting you in trouble all the time.
Oh, yes, absolutely. She has made me chronically online.
Well, and the reaction that you had to get your first time sitting down and playing Dungeons and Dragons, was it one where you first of all you enjoyed the game obviously, but did you kind of take it home with you and think about it afterwards, like I could have done this, what if I done this, that sort of thing?
Oh, absolutely. I was very adamant about learning how to play a bard.
Mm.
I was like, maybe I could have done vicious mockery. Maybe I can get a feat to make me like more mobile so I can reach my cure wounds and my healing word and all the good things, all the details.
See, I played in the old days where it was just basically one book. We didn't have Bard, we didn't have any of that stuff. We had lots of goblins and orcs in gelatinous cubes. And
I would have loved to have been there for that transition period of
uh,
like coming out with new content.
I mean, we had the real basics then, but it was
hmm
still fun to do. And one time a week wasn't enough to get everybody
Oh,
together.
I agree.
It's like, oh, we're so close to completing this quest. And we always spent a lot of time thoroughly terrorizing the dungeon master.
Yes, as a bard, I was trying to seduce everything.
Did it work?
It's like, is that a dragon? Is that a slime?
Hello.
Yes. Hello, hello.
So did it work?
You know, I never got to successfully seduce anything
Oh,
because a lot of my party members would be like, okay, let's turn the bard away. You can come back when we need your charisma.
you could have
Go find the shiny coin. Go
oh,
perform. Makes
uh,
the money.
you could have gotten them out of a lot of trouble that way. I think they didn't use you right. That's all there's to it. So the same person got you into VTubing. Did you even know it existed before they told you about it?
You know, it's so funny. We went to another campaign. We finished our first campaign, and made a character on the second campaign. I was like, "Oh, I want to be a Dampier, which is
Yeah.
like a vampire, right?
Yeah.
And I want her to have pink hair."
Mhm.
And I want her to be very gothic, Lolita-y. And I was like watching Grey's Anatomy at the time. And there is this character I love, Calliope Torres. She's like she's the bone doctor. She's the is it I don't know.
Os-
She's the bone doctor.
she's
She,
the O doctor. She take care of the
yes.
osteo stuff.
Yes, and her name is Calliope Torres. And I fell in love with her like as a character,
Yeah.
as like I don't know. But she had just this aura about her, and I was like, I want to channel that in my character.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have a pink-haired vampire, and I'm gonna name her Calliope. And my friend was like, that character already exists, right? And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she said, there's a VTuber named Calliope Mori, and she is like the pink haired vampire that you are trying to be. And I
Yeah.
was like, who?
What?
I was like, I have no idea what a VTuber even is. Please enlighten me.
Yep. Yep. So did you tune in and watch some of her stuff?
I would not consider myself a deadbeat, but I do really enjoy her content. I'm definitely a Momo. I love Matara Khan. She's my Oshi.
Yes, yes, yes. It just there's just something about how she presents herself, and you can tell that she's not 17, but
Right. She's so self-assured
yeah,
and put together, and those are all just things I really look up to in women.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's kind of the cool aunt,
Right, right.
like the one that would bring you over to the side on the like the Christmas holiday and give you one of those little bottles full of stuff.
Mhm,
Here, try
mhm.
this. You'll like it. That sort of thing. Not that it ever happened to me, um, but yes, and you can tell that she's kind of been through things, and you she almost automatically um, has a trusting demeanor about her. Um,
Mhm.
where you hear and you're like, okay, I believe that. Of course, that also means she could really pull one over on everybody, but that goes with the territory. Um, but that sort of thing is something that I don't think people can teach. It comes kind of natural. Um, your voice is something else. I keep saying it, but it is. Uh, have you used that in other types of things, acting, singing, anything like that?
I am actually currently taking vocal lessons to improve my singing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much progress I'm making. I'm kind of scared to listen to the recordings that I do. I kind of just record my warm-ups every day,
Mm-hmm.
record the song that I'm working on, which is Pink Pony Club by
Oh,
Chapel Roan.
uh-huh.
Um, but I would love to get into voice acting. I have not found myself having any opportunities.
Mm.
Um, I need to make like portfolios and stuff, and I just I'm so nervous, and I'm my biggest critic.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can tell you, um, I did the voice thing, with radio for 35 years. It's not quite the same, but it's still voice, and that's a natural instrument there. uh,
Hmm.
if you all I there are some people who I've interviewed before who have just sent out to blind casting calls for voice talent, and were given scripts they don't even know what it was to, and they ended up with top line gigs in anime from that.
Oh,
So if you find anything like that, take a shot at it, because you don't know they might be looking exactly for that voice. And
I might have to. I might
yeah,
have to. There's nothing beats a fail but a try, right?
yes, yes, yes. Or cheating. Cheating works if you do it right. Old age and
I'll
treachery
try
winning
to
again.
avoid cheating my way to the top.
But once you're there, you can cheat all you want. But I think it would be great for you to do that sort of thing. Were you ever up on stage before or in front of a people entertaining?
I loved playing the French horn. I was in
Mm.
band and
Oh,
I was a performer in that regard. I did, of course, the school age choir, in like
right.
middle and junior high or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, and I really, really wanted to get into theater. I absolutely love the idea of acting and performing and, doing the same thing that my dungeon master does for me and taking someone to a whole new world, a new
Yeah.
experience, really just involving and bringing to life a story.
Mm.
I just love that concept.
Yeah. It really is. You're really kind of doing this with VTubing, aren't you? I mean, you've created your own backstory, and people come to talk with you and see what you're doing on your terms, basically. Um, they're coming to your world, right?
Yeah, definitely. I try to keep as much of the immersion as I can.
Hmm.
I love when people come in, they do their daily redeem on my Twitch, and I'm just like, oh, thank you for claiming your daily inspiration. May that D12 aid you in your next ability check to hit roll or saving throw.
Yeah, it never worked for me. I, and we I mean you're talking if you saw some of those old school 20-sided dice, you'd
Hmm.
scream. I mean they were round. They just
Oh,
roll off the
goodness.
table. Always white, and a lot of the numbers would rub off very quickly. Just roll right off the table. That
It
was
would be
enjoyable.
kind of cool to have it like an artifact
Oh
almost.
yeah, yeah, and they wouldn't put any number above 9 on them. So
Really? I wonder
yeah,
why that is.
I don't know. It just was easier, I guess. So you had to do something to like, try to color that side or something to make sure it was 19 instead of 9, sort of thing. Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, we're back in the real old days. We didn't have numbers over 9.
Math hadn't been invented yet.
That's right. Right, the biggest thing we were going for were psionics. Like we knew what they were. I mean, like you get an intelligence of 18 and you got a chance to get psionics. And if you had that, you could
Oh.
fire like one time and it wouldn't really do that much damage, but you got to do it anyway.
That's how I feel playing like casters.
Hmm.
I know there's like a lot of sorcerers and warlocks and stuff that can really amp out the damage, but I'm always very much a support focused
Hmm.
character in everything I do.
Hmm.
D&D, League, Overwatch,
Hmm.
Marvel Rivals.
Ah.
I'm just a support focused character. So I will do like I'll do vicious mockery. Oh, you took 1d4 psychic damage. Take that.
Just gonna pie face him.
Hmm. But then I'll cast Bless, and everyone will be able to get a D4 to their to hit rolls, to their saving throws, to every roll.
Just you get to be the good witch of the east to come in and solve those problems. And then when you
Oh,
get
yes.
and then when you cast the other stuff, you get to be the wicked witch of the west. But that's a different story. Um, the have you played any of the Dungeons and Dragons games on the computer?
I have played Baldur's Gate 3,
Hmm. And
and I loved it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I was a tiefling, right?
right.
As I am. And I love that they had the vitiligo because, I have vitiligo. My character has vitiligo.
Oh,
Uh, yes, it's in the shape of hearts, right? So I
yeah.
just love bringing the representation to people who have different skin pigmentation
Oh,
and yeah,
interesting.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I love that Baldur's Gate 3 represented, people like me. And it was really, really cool to really be able to make myself in the game.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Was it okay to see yourself
and
get killed in the game?
oh goodness, I don't think I ever died.
Oh,
I don't think I
really?
ever died. I
Oh.
was I was playing on baby mode.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
Had the
That's
training wheels on, went total baby mode. I also do that in every game. I'm very much story oriented rather than combat oriented.
fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just not
But
good at them.
I went to the tiefling village. I started raiding.
Oh,
I was trying to steal the little stuff. I was a little thief. I was a
yeah.
little thief.
Yeah.
The demons were winning, but I got caught.
Ah.
So I was like, I'll just kill this one person who saw me. And then the whole village's necks just went and they turned their head to look at me and they all came after to kill me.
Yep.
And I had no idea this was going to happen, of course.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just one person who caught me and it would be over and I would get away. Well, I ended up killing them all. And Minthara approached me. Hadn't even met Minthara yet. Minthara approached me and was like, "Oh, you know how to take care of business." And I was like, "Do I?" And she was like, "Come, let me show you how I take care of business." And she betted me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even know I could say yes or no, but I'm going to let it happen.
Like, hello. Okay.
Nice to meet you. I was quaking in me boots.
Yeah. Yeah, and insert your own joke here afterwards. But really, that's kind of a surprise going on baby mode to find that right away.
Right.
But we were I was back in the '80s when the original D&D gold box games came out for like the Commodore 64 and the IBM, and those were about as good as you could expect them to be. But at the time, they were pretty amazing. It was very basic D&D, but it was D&D all the way through. Um, you had 6 characters. Um, eventually, they eventually let you do double things, like you could be a magic user cleric at the same time, or that type of thing. So they didn't get too deep into anything, but it was really cool. Unfortunately, that's about the time I started working and couldn't do anything else. But um, so it really has evolved quite a bit, those types of games. And every game you see that has that type of character building has to go back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
I mean, it's all of the stuff is hit points, Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Mana, well, really, spell points, Dungeons and Dragons. It all goes back to that. So with that sort of thing, was that what you hit right away when you started VTubing? Did you jump into more of that type of gameplay, or was it more toward the Overwatch type stuff?
Oh, goodness. Do I even remember what I was doing back then? Oh, I have the worst memory. I started as a PNG tuber
Hmm.
and I played a lot. I think at the time it was Valorant.
Mm,
I think at that time I was very invested in Valorant.
yeah.
And, it was even before I had a PNG tuber. I just had like a static image of me, of myself.
Mm,
And it was the very first iteration of Castalico coming to life, just
right.
sitting there up in the corner, not moving, just there,
Yeah.
hiding the minimap. And eventually, like, became a PNG tuber. I stuck to Valorant, and one day I was like, I really want to try something else. I really want to spread my wings. I'm a nerdy person, but all people can see is that I can sometimes aim, right? So I expanded on doing playing Magic the Gathering.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have really enjoyed that. It is my goal. It is one of my goals to be able to be a part of a VTuber Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
Oh, I would think that they would want you to do it. I mean, after all, you have the background. So here's the call. Anybody listening who is a part of it, I'm going to have all of the links, by the way, in the description for the video, and there's plenty of them because Castalico is everywhere. And we'll have and get a hold of Castalico to do this sort of thing. It sounds like I would think that I would want to have you in there for sure with the background, because I don't even know what's going on with Dungeons and Dragons anymore. Um, if it wasn't if it wasn't a cleric, I don't know what it was. A cleric with a flail. Thank you very much. That's must hit something with it. Um, so when you got on and got behind the microphone, and even as you started with a static image, were you comfortable with it right away? And how did you feel when people started coming back to see you again the next time?
I didn't feel like I struggled a lot with being present
Hmm.
and entertaining. But as I watch back my VODs on the occasion, I'm like, wow, there is so much I can do better.
Hmm.
And I'm constantly thinking, what can I do better? What can I do better? How can I improve? How can I be fun and entertaining? And all the people who come back and support me and all the people whose names I recognize. I would love to give them all a shout out, but I fear that the ones I don't name would end up jealous.
Yeah,
So just
yeah,
know who you are and I know who you are if you end up watching this video.
yes.
Thank you for your support. me. Thank you for believing in me.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, I didn't realize that. How do I even say this?
Mm,
I didn't realize I was good enough
mhm.
to come back to.
There you go. Yeah.
Um, Not in the sense that I don't think I'm a good person, but I definitely didn't think I was a good content creator. And I'm still struggling with that, but I am doing what I can every day to be better. And I want not just to give people a reason to come back, but give the people who have continued to come back a reason to stay
Yeah.
and a reason to keep believing in me.
There you go. Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. It really does. And you kind of sometimes start taking a bit of responsibility for that. And you because people are coming back and you start maybe putting a little pressure on yourself to be more entertaining for them, and they're taking their time to come out and to be with me, and I better do something in order. It can get to you every once in a while. Has that happened to you?
You know, I have like very strong boundaries in that regard.
Mm,
There are certain things that I don't do per my stream because
mm,
I know that it can get out of hand quickly.
mm.
Such as I don't let people do redeems for me to make a type of noise or something. I don't personally find someone coming in redeeming the Ara Ara redeem and then me like if I'm not feeling up to it that day, if I'm maybe I don't want it to be like, oh, here's some change, dance monkey. You know what I mean? Like I'm a performer, but I am not
You know, you
I'm not the tiger in the cage that you poke with a stick and make it do tricks.
yes, you don't have the you
But
know
I
don't have the music box behind you as you tip your hat for the bunny. That's not how it
right.
works.
But I do love interactivity, so I do like let people customize my avatar. I let them put my hair up, change my outfits.
Hmm.
Um, I love doing that. I love the hey that I'm here. So, and I can just greet them and they can go off and lurk.
Hmm.
I love interactions like that.
Hmm.
And of course I love chatting.
Well,
Especially on Irium. That is probably my favorite place to stream. I love how personal and just the kind of connections and conversations you can have with people.
yeah, I'm just going to ask you about that because it Irium is fairly new in the U.S. still. Although I'm interviewing more and more Irium folks. I think maybe the last 5 or 6 I'm doing here in this week are going to be all interviews from Irium, which is fine by me because I think it's very fascinating. It's such a different animal though than streaming on say Twitch or whatever. It is you and the person you're talking to. Um, and you say that suits you pretty well.
Yes, absolutely. I love the like FaceTiming a friend kind of feeling you get when
Mm.
you're on Irium. You're very, close. Like the model isn't so far back. There's not like a whole bunch of distraction behind you, right? It's not like the YouTube videos where someone is talking and Subway Surfer is in the background and they're telling you, or the Minecraft parkour.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just run as
Um,
fast as you can in Minecraft, and we'll make it a half-hour video. Uh,
right, exactly. And again, like the interactivity is just so nice. I'm a morning streamer
mm,
for Irium.
mm.
So I know there's a few people who maybe won't recognize me because like I said, I'm a very early bird. And that is not the common trend among people online. I've noticed a lot of people really love their night owl vibes, but
Yeah,
I can't do it.
yeah.
10 p.m. comes around, I'm old. I'm old.
Hey,
I need to go to bed.
well,
That's my
see,
bedtime.
it's only about 6 here. It's already about 3 hours past my bedtime.
Oh, good
But
heavens.
really, it also relates to how your paying job, if you have one, that type of thing goes into it, and other things. But the one thing I've noticed about the Irium is I have not turned it on yet to find nobody on.
Right.
Yeah, somebody is there pretty much all the time, and which is I think is just says a lot about how it is continuing to expand.
Right. There is never dead hours. You can be on your lunchtime break and take a peep. Someone's live. It could be, oh man, it's 3 a.m. and I just can't go to sleep. I want something to watch when I'm falling asleep. And
Mm.
somebody's live. And oh man, it's 6 a.m. I'm trying to get my coffee started. My coffee machine, the Keurig, it's broken, man. It's broken. I'm getting frustrated. Who can I watch? Who can I talk to? Who
Uh,
who can I
Cass,
connect with this morning?
Cass is on. I'm going to complain to Cass. My coffee doesn't work.
Yes, please do. Please do. Come with me with all your complaints. I love listening to it. I know that sounds so funny, but like I'm a very like I'm a very much advice giver. I'm very comforter. I'm very
Yeah,
empathetic, sympathetic.
you got that
I love
ear.
it.
You got a good ear, and that make especially for that because the way I'm looking at Ethereum as opposed to streaming on other platforms is when you're on, say, YouTube or Twitch, it seems like it's the person, the VTuber, and a large group of people, like a blob of people. And on Ethereum, it's the VTuber and several other different individual people. Um, because you're every time it's so quick that you get to respond to that person right away, and then you go to the next person, and it's not really just one talking to seven in one group; it's one talking to seven different ones. Um, am I reading it right?
Yes, absolutely. I think as Ethereum grows, I think that is going to change. I think there is going to be a little bit more of like a section of groups, maybe still having the chat go multiple directions at a time, but I think it's going to go to a group kind of thing.
Mm.
So right now is a really good time to come in and really connect with people, really build an audience, really build a community
Yeah,
beside, and I think that that's was what you were trying to point out, is that it's less of an audience,
right.
right? And it's more of a community.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Except I wasn't going to use the right words. I was going to use something really terrible that no one could understand. That's my shtick. It's also my brain. Um, the the interaction that you do have on it is so quick. You have to be on your toes to be able to respond to what's going on. Have you found that hard to do, or is that was that easy to adapt to?
You know, I the most patient community ever because I will go off on tangents. I'll spend 10 minutes responding to someone's message. I'll have so much to say, and I'll just kind of lull-de-da-de-da off in my own world, yapping away. And then I'll glance down and I'll have had the message frozen so that I could properly respond to it.
Mm.
And I'll see in the corner like 11, 12, 15, 20 new messages. And I was like, oh my goodness, I talked for so long and these people have all this important thing that they're trying to say, and I'm just in my own world.
Yeah.
And then I'll go through and I'll respond to each one individually. So while there's less latency and there's more immediate responses,
Hmm.
I'm not good at that part. I'm definitely more thorough with my responses, and I really want to give everybody that attention that they deserve.
Yeah, and well, it just seems like you're getting the best of both worlds here with the different types, but you do get to have stream in different ways. But once Ethereum came along, the seat was more comfortable. Um, and do you see yourself with Ethereum for a good long time to come?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I would love to continue to stream on Ethereum for as long as I absolutely can.
Mm. And you're going to do
I
some,
think it's going to do great things. I
yeah.
think the future of Ethereum is really bright. I think the people who take care of us, the creators and founders of Ethereum,
Hmm.
I think they are just wonderful, quality people who really understand not just what's best for the app from a business perspective, but what's best for the users and are always willing to listen to hear what the users think are best for like the not streamer users.
Right, right, right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it shapes up. Whether there's going to be like groups within groups of Ethereum, whether there's going to be um, expand it to be able to do a few more different things. Maybe do like a somehow get do a cooking stream or something. Some way to do that sort of thing. The technology is still developing, but the technology that quick technology is still flustering to me. I don't know how I don't know how they do it. It must be like alien technology or something. It's just
They actually used a Neuralink and installed it directly into our brains using a
ah
microchip. Uh,
ah. Well, I know they didn't do it to mine because my brain would just reject it. Actually, the other way around. It would reject the brain is what would happen in that point. But folks, if you haven't tried it, it's an app for the phone, um, and it doesn't cost you anything to hook up to it, and you'll be very surprised the first time you talk to somebody. First time you yes, then they respond before you're finished typing what you're typing. Hi, Eric. Ooh, ooh, hello. Um, well, once you get the this going, are you going to continue streaming on other platforms?
Yes, I dual stream as
Mm-hmm.
well in the evenings.
Mm-hmm.
So at 8 in the morning, I do my Arium stream, then I go to work, and then 8 p.m. I do my dual streaming on my other websites. Specifically, I target towards my Twitch audience, but I am on YouTube as well.
Mm. So,
Um, I'm working on being a little bit more diverse with my content. I want to try variety streaming a little
mm,
bit more than like competitive game streaming.
yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I have been trying to play Date Everything.
Ah,
I'm
yes.
looking into doing Persona 5 Royale. I know the new Danganronpa game is coming out next year, so I
Oh,
want to get through the Danganronpa.
that's gonna be all over everything when that comes out. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I love Danganronpa. I I had a phase.
You weren't naming everything Junko, were you?
No,
That's,
I fear deeper than that. I
oh,
was role playing Mikan Sumiki
oh, jeez.
in Danganronpa roleplay servers.
Ah, well, there you go. This is. I'm not editing that out, you know.
Real and
Yeah, it's
honest.
real and honest. Um, but you have been quite involved in just about every aspect available of streaming at this point. Um, you you are a person for the new millennium as far as that goes. Uh, do you have any goals for yourself on trying to do more things and in do you see yourself um, expanding even further?
I would like to spend about another year training my voice
Uh,
to be a better singer,
mm,
and then I'd like to start releasing covers.
mm,
It might be a little bit late by that time, you know, the K-pop Demon Hunter era might be over, but I really love Idol and I really love Golden, and those are songs that I'm really working for.
mm.
But I'm sure there'll be some really popular songs a year from now that I will be just as thrilled to cover as I would be to do these ones now, right?
So when you do this and you put the song in, you get somebody to mix it, and it comes back. How are you gonna feel when you hear the finished product?
I can't even imagine the amount of joy and excitement that I'm going to have. Like, yeah, my heart is just pounding thinking about it. And then to think that not only will this have been something that I co-created with the mixer and but it's something we made together for the world to see, and hopefully the world likes it at that point in time.
Yeah, it still takes the courage to show it to people, whether you're an artist or a singer or even a VTuber or somebody who's recording programs for someone else to listen to. You're still showing your work to other people for their approval, um, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Is it for their approval or is it for you to feel satisfied that you did it, and you just want to see how they think of it?
I am very self-assured. I'm very confident.
Mm,
I don't think that I'm the most perfect person in the whole wide world by any means,
Yeah.
but I definitely do everything that I do for me.
Mm.
And because it's something that I want to do and I believe I can do, and nothing can stop me. It doesn't matter if a million people told me what you're doing is a bad idea. If I'm convinced it's a good idea, good for me, and I can have fun doing it, then I'll do it.
Do not get in the way. You will be
You're either with me or against me.
you will be crushed in
Just
the gears. Now that's wonderful. Have you always had that type of self confidence?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was very much a do I was raised in a household where it was very much children are to be seen and not heard.
Hmm.
Do not be overly ambitious. Keep your head down. Don't take up too much space.
Hmm.
But as I grew into adulthood, I felt like so much of my life had been lost
Hmm.
keeping my head down and making myself small and trying to people please everybody that I came to a point where I was like alone. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't have very many family members. And I just had no idea what anyone wanted from me because there was nobody there to tell me what to do.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
And that's when I realized I had wasted a lot of my life always listening to what other people expected of me, what other people thought I should do. And I took a lot of agency to try to find out what I wanted out of my life and what I wanted to do to succeed.
yeah. And now you have a chance on these various platforms to see that blossom into reality.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, and are you pleased with how things have gone so far? I mean, is this where you thought you'd be, or are you further? Or are you not quite where you thought you'd be?
I don't know that I had very many expectations for where I wanted to be. I just knew that this was something I wanted to do, and I had not the first idea how to get it done. But now I'm putting in a lot of effort. I'm trying to make like short form content on top of streaming, on top of a full time job, on top of making like memes and posting every day, and on top of having fun and living my life and continuing to be social, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So I'm definitely not dissing any of the successes I've had. I absolutely loved meeting people at the Irium meet and greet for oh goodness, it was for Offkai.
Hmm. Yeah.
I absolutely loved having that opportunity. Was super grateful for it. I've had a lot of people come and spend time with me, relate to me, divulge, personal stories with me and trust me to help them, feel better or hear them out. And I think there's this I don't know exactly if it's like an analogy, but there was like this story of a man on a beach after like a tsunami came
Hmm.
and there were so many starfish on the beach and he's tossing the starfish back into the ocean one at a time.
Hmm.
And these people are walking by and they're saying, "What are you doing? Like, you are not going to save all the starfish. Like, what you're doing does not matter." And the person throwing the starfish into the ocean just keeps throwing them. And he says, "I mattered to that one, and I mattered to this one."
Oh, I'm stealing that.
And
Uh,
I think it's just important to keep things into perspective
yeah.
and to know like you may not matter to every starfish, but you matter to that one.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, that's a wonderful. That's a great ethic to have. To do this sort of thing, and you sound you, you sound very not just assured of yourself in a positive way, but comfortable with it at the same time. That's not an easy thing to do, um, especially if you felt yourself that you were kind of, you know, hemmed in for the first part of your life. Um, did you? Did you have a time where you kind of went crazy when you first got a chance to be out on your own, or were you still taking measured steps out there?
I had a long period of mental health struggles.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very dark time, and I was very chaotic, very self-endangering on a multitude of levels.
Mm-hmm.
But I genuinely just woke up one day and was like, I hate this person that I am. I hate the person I've become. I don't want to be self-loathing. I don't want to be self-destructive. I want to be better. I want to do better. And I did.
You
I actually I was very into role playing.
right.
Uh and I would get in this hard time, this hard patch, and I would just call myself a different name and I would role play like I was them. And I was like, well, how would, I'm going to say Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm Sarah right now. How would Sarah react to this? Because, you know, I would act this way, but
Right.
Sarah wouldn't do that.
Right.
And as much as it was kind of like weird to like separate myself, it really helped me discipline myself and my reactions and really helped me grow and challenge myself to just stay conscious of like, just because I feel a certain way doesn't mean that my feelings have to control my actions.
You may call it, whatever you want. I call it pretty damn brilliant. I mean,
It
that's
was it was definitely a lesson in accountability.
well, yeah, but it also, I mean, you took yourself out of the situation and immediately empathized something else into it, and then made the better choice of the two. That's that's pretty amazing. There's not a lot of people who can think on that level. Um, that's more than two-dimensional thinking. That's like five-dimensional thinking. Um, and come up with that on your own. I talk about people being triumphs, and you are definitely that. Uh, and you made your own triumph. So my hat is definitely off to you for that. That's that's inspiring, whether you want it to be or not. It is. And
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and folks, you got to check out to see what Cass has going on. We're gonna have all the links in the description here, and because Cass is everywhere on your toaster, on your microwave, you'll probably able to
On your
find.
Samsung smart fridge.
There you go, exactly. You can play Doom on it, and you can you can stream on it. Absolute pleasure talking with you, and well, you got my respect after all that stuff. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I think that you got just an um, incredible outlook and a really good mindset for this. Plus, bouncing back from what you've been through sets up for a pretty special person. And folks need to get on the train, and we'll keep pointing them that way on Irium and all the other platforms. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I had a blast.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.